Hey boys, EC Services. I got a new piece of equipment. What is it? No, I've had the 225. No, I've had the 250R. The John Deere. What is that? It's a Stihl. It is a 100 RX. I love it. It's completely brand new. I have used it for about 2 hours. It is awesome, tremendously awesome. Now, why did I get this one over another one? Now, if you remember previously, I had a Honda. Well, I have shoulder problems. I'm eventually going to have shoulder surgery. And that Honda was just, all the weight was right here. It's about 15 pounds. And the strap's just not working for me. I just can't do that. So I sold it, and I was like, I'm looking for something, and I was torn. I really wanted to get the 90R. Well, not so much the 90R, just a 4-mix motor. So the 90R, the 100, 110, were the ones I was looking at. I hadn't really found any other dealer or brand. Not Husqvarna. I don't. Exterminator's going to laugh. I don't even consider that a brand because it's just junk. But that's just my personal opinion. Everyone is different. I've owned several, so I can say that with authority. So, I'll consider Red Max, Shindawa, Stihl, Echo, right off the top of my head, not Tanaka, because that's, of course, worse than Husqvarna. Anyway, I've just considered the top brands. And I didn't find any of them with the price versus power versus weighted properly, the weight distribution. I didn't find any of them that really worked for me except for this one. Now, right away, I put my speed feed head on because anyone who's had Stihl very long knows this is junk, or in my opinion it is. Other people don't feel that way. That's okay. But that nib right here, the bump, it wears down so quick, sometimes weekly or every 2 weeks, the amount of weed eating I do. And that's, locally, it's $18 a piece. Maybe there's a cheaper source, I don't know. Speed feed head, $38, lasts me a year. I go through 6 or 7 of these in a year, it's not even a comparison. Plus, that thing is extremely hard to wind string on. It's just, I just like the speed feed, it takes so much less. So, I love it. I'm getting used to the 4-mix motor. I was kind of torn between the 90, the 100, 110. My biggest concern, the biggest thing I was really worried about that I could not find a video anywhere except for late last night on YouTube, I found it, was someone feathering the throttle. Because a lot of guys have said, oh, it's all or nothing. You pull it and it's wide open, it screams. Well, that's good for brush cutting, but I'm not brush cutting. Finally found one. The guy was feathering it. He sustained the feather for quite a while, up and down in different ranges. It was awesome. Now, a side note, the 100 RX and the 110 are exactly the same, with the exception, well, I guess exactly the same is not right, but they're the same with the exception of the head. This is not a brush cutter head. This is not. The 110 has a brush cutter head, and it's about $12, $15, $30 more, depending on where you go. So, I love it. In just a second, I'm going to show you how you can feather the throttle. And because I have not found anywhere on YouTube where it's available besides that one video, and I'm not even sure how to get back to it. It was an accident about 3 o'clock this morning, and I found it. So, I should have been sleeping, I know. But, it's Stihl. I mean, I was just getting really excited about getting another weed eater. But let me pause it, and then I will show you the feathering. Okay, I hope you can hear me. It's idling like normal. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do full, then go down to small, medium, and large, and you'll hear different tones in between. And I'm going to sustain them. This is possible with a 4-mix motor. Even though people say it's not, I'm going to show you right here. The 90R should be very similar. Yes, it's a smaller motor, but it's built the same way, just with different displacements, etc., etc. I don't have one in front of me to touch, so with absolute fact, I cannot say that. But for the 100 and the 100 RX, I can. but I'm very confident that the 90R is the same way. Now, if some of you, I'm letting it warm up by the way, but if some of you have the 90 and it won't do that, there may be something wrong with it. You may want to go back to your Stihl dealer and have them look at it, because it should do this. So, it does exactly that. Now, it's not broken yet. I'm sitting on tailgate. That's been a long day. It's not broken yet, but when it breaks in, I've been told it's going to be a lot smoother. Everything's just going to work a little better. So, I like it. There's some reviews saying you cannot go on flower beds. It's way too powerful. It's either all or nothing. It screams. Okay, I mean, I'm not saying anything bad. Each person's different, but maybe whoever's saying that doesn't know how to use their machine. I just did it. So, I mean, no offense to anybody, but you just don't know until you figure it out. For instance, here's what I did. I was kind of stupid. I mean, I've had these machines forever, and look at this. Well, not this one, but I had no idea. I accidentally found it. Someone on YouTube was like, hey, look, you can do this. You know, the cold start? That's a cruise control. I mean, it's made for cold start, but you can use it for cruise control. It shoots the RPMs in such a way that it's just about... Okay, he's going to turn again. I just put him down. It shoots the RPMs at just the right range. For me personally, each person's different, but for me personally, it works really good around flower beds. If you get too close, it'll fill the mulch, but that's with any machine. If you're retarded with it, you will make a lot of mess. It will happen. And something else. I mean, I'm not perfect. I'm not saying I'm really good on stuff. I just know how to feather it. I can never remember. You can get it. It's a brand new machine. A C and an R. I scratch. You can't see the R. I can never remember. Years I've been messing with these. I even fixed these. I could never remember choke and run, which one's which. This one's up is run, down is choke. Down is run, up is choke. This one has just a lever. I mean, what the heck? I can't remember this stuff. I mean, come on. I've got to put my shoes on in the morning, so I just, it's too much for me. That's a joke. There you go. Okay, so that's what I didn't know. Overall, this is not a review. This is just a first look, not a review. I've only used it for a couple hours this morning. Well, I say a few hours. I mean, I ran about a tank of gas through it. So, anyway, okay, likes and dislikes as far as first impressions. I love the ability to throttle, the feather. I'm just going to call it that. Maybe there's another word for it. I don't know. But you can feather the throttle. I absolutely love that. So the machine has a very user-friendly nature in that way. This one does. Like I said before, if yours doesn't do it, you may want to look at it. It may not be you. It might be your machine is just not tuned properly. This one used to not do it, but it's not tuned properly. It wasn't, so I had to tune it. I'm ranting. Likes and dislikes, first impressions. A like is, it's got extreme amount of power. It's very, very responsive. Once you get into it, it responds quickly, which leads me to my first dislike. When you pull the trigger into the slowest idle mode, or even if you're going to pull it just wide open, make it scream, it has a small lag. I don't know if that's the industrial clutch. I don't know if that's the valves kicking in because it's a little different from my other 2 cycles. Don't know. I don't know that much about these. I will be into this. I will take this whole thing apart one day and put it back together. And I'm going to learn about it. That's a dislike. It has a lag in it. Another dislike is that guard right there. But I weeded with it today just to leave it on because you never know. People change. Each machine's different with how they do it. I'm not going to say generically rip it off because, I don't know, I kind of liked it okay because it didn't, when I was weed eating, I didn't get rocks in my face so much. but I don't like how wide it is. I'm thinking probably gonna cut it right there, or cut the side, just leave a little one right there. I don't know, that might look weird. That's not important. Dislikes. First impression, dislikes. It's loud as heck. It is much louder idling than the other one. It's decimals. I mean, I got a decimal meter. I'll probably, in my review, I'll put the decimals down there. Decibels, whatever it's called. I can't read. I can't speak. I mean, right here, the plastic hurts when you rub on it. I'm left-handed, so that's unfortunate for me that people don't make left-handed weed eaters. Stihl, come on, jump on the bandwagon. I'd pay another $50 to have one, because this burns the crap out of me. And it's just so awkward to weed eat the other way. I just can't do it. It's just not the way I roll, if you will. So, dislike is this right here piece. I'm going to take a nail file, rub that joker down. It'll still look pretty. Also, the dislike was, it's probably the clutch. Well, I mean, it's probably the clutch doing it. So far, those are the two that I don't like so much about it, and it has a small gas tank. I weed eated for about an hour. You can see it right there. It was all the way up to the top of the cap. It was about to spill over. I weed eated for about 45 minutes, I guess, and that's what it did. I guess that's okay, but this joker is 40 cc's. This is 30 minutes, so it just drinks it. And that one up there, I fill it up about every once a month. It's just ridiculous. Anyway, this video is going on ridiculously long time. So it can be done. I'm not sure how I'm going to name the video yet. I got to figure out a good name so people that are looking for a Stihl product and have that question, which was almost a tipping point for me buying Stihl, or this particular machine rather. I'm going to put that up there. Now, it will happen. This will go away one day. And to replace it will be a 94R. The Exterminator has definitely sold me on the 94R. I like his judgment on stuff. I believe that he actually knows what he's talking about. And I believe the 94R would be an excellent addition to my trimmer collection. Thanks, guys. Like, dislike, comment. I mean no offense to offend anybody for our comments, but it's I'm in the South, and we just speak it like it is. If you want sugar, go to a candy factory. Like, dislike, comment. EC Service is out. Thanks, guys.